Hello everyone, welcome back to my gaming review. Today we're going to be looking at the original Nintendo Game Boy. The Nintendo Game Boy came out in 1989, and this console was awesome when it came out. Still is awesome. This is a portable Nintendo console. This is what your game cartridges look like. I have Uno on my Game Boy. Also, the Nintendo Game Boy took full AA batteries, but with just full AA batteries, you had I don't know, like weeks of gameplay with the original Game Boy. The original Game Boy also had this kind of pukey green screen, and it was really hard to see, so you'd have to actually be directly in the sun to actually play the games. But in 1999, when the Game Boy came out, it came out with Tetris. Tetris was the game that came in the box with the Game Boy original. There was also two versions of the original Game Boy. You had the original gray Game Boy, then you had the Game Boy Play It Loud series. So this is actually a Game Boy Play It Loud series, so it actually has a louder speaker. And then here is your buttons. You have your D-pad, your two buttons right there, your select and stop buttons. You got your light that tells you if it's on. And then on top you have your power switch. You got your volume slider right there. And on this side you have, I think that's a headphone jack. I don't know what that is. I think that's for the charger. Here's your contrast. I think this is for your headphone jack. But anyway, the original Game Boy was awesome. There's a whole bunch of awesome games that came out for the original Game Boy. You had Super Mario Land for the original Game Boy. You had Tetris. You had Wario Land that came out for the original Game Boy. You also had, obviously, Tetris. You had the Pokemon games. And, of course, you had Uno, which is the game I have for my Game Boy. I love Uno. Uno is a fun game. I really love playing Uno on my Game Boy. Not really sure why, because it's really hard to see the screen on my Game Boy, but I do love Uno, and I do love playing Uno on my original Game Boy. But anyway, the original Game Boy is a very old system. It came out in 1989. Now it's 2022. This is a very old console. But this is basically like the original Nintendo Switch. This is like the original Switch or, DS. If this console did not exist, we probably wouldn't even have the DS, the 3DS, and Nintendo Switch. And this console was one of the first portable consoles to do a cartridge. So you have, your cartridge slot, you pop in games, you take games out, you put games in. It was one of the first portable consoles to actually do that. And you can take it everywhere with you on the go. So the cool thing with the Game Boy is you could put it in your pocket and just travel with it and everything else. Also, the original Game Boy was also very well built, very well made. It's like a brick. As you can see how big it is compared to my hand. But, these consoles can actually survive a lot of damage. There was an original Game Boy that was owned by a guy in the military in the Gulf War. And I'm not really sure if I think he died, but people found the Game Boy in the Gulf War, and it actually still works even though it got blown up, which is amazing. So the original Game Boy is very reliable. These things could definitely survive a drop or two or 500 drops. I mean, these things are very reliable consoles. They have a pretty good weight to them, and they're very well made. Unlike the Switch nowadays that has the Joy-Con drift, and unlike some newer portable consoles that have issues, this console, if you buy a original Game Boy in very good condition or just brand new, or like a new condition, it most likely will last you years. The original Game Boy is the console, in my opinion, that could last forever if you take really good care of it. The original Game Boy lasts a long time. It has a good battery life, and overall, it is an amazing portable Nintendo game system. It's basically like a portable NES with a green screen. Also, after 1999, Nintendo made the Game Boy Pocket, which was a pocket version of the original Game Boy, and they also had the Game Boy Light. But the Game Boy Light was a Japanese-only Game Boy, but it had a focus. It had a frontlit, backlit. it had a front light in the screen, so you could actually see your games better at nighttime. For my game, when I play my original Game Boy, I just use an actual flashlight, and I just play with one hand, and I play Uno like this, and I press the buttons, and I, choose my cards. That's how I play my Game Boy, at least with Uno. If it's Mario, or like, Space Invaders or whatever, I have to have, like, two hands. But anyway, I love this console, and even though it's, very old and, well, the screen kind of sucks on it, but, these are very awesome consoles. You can find these on Amazon, eBay, pawn shops. You can find them at some game stores still sell Game Boy stuff and the original Game Boy. But anyway, the original Game Boy is awesome, and yeah, it is a perfect way to play the original hardware. And you can also get a Play It Loud Game Boy that has very loud. You have your headphone thing. It's a pretty cool little device. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think about the original Game Boy in the comments below. Please like the video and subscribe to my gaming review. And tell me what your favorite Game Boy games are from the original Game Boy. Or any Game Boy in general. The Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy SP, any of them. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you like the original Game Boy. Or Nintendo in general, because Nintendo is an awesome company. But anyway, peace out, everyone.